And we are back. I am back for this round. I am here with Doug.
Yeah.
I'm just going to update the names that we have JB on. We've got JB back on the left, playing Nick.
So Nick, we obviously saw last round, was on the Zoo deck, and JB's playing Eldrazi Tron. Is that right?
Yep. How do you think this matchup's going to go?
I would assume it's good for the Eldrazi deck, but I mean, I think if both decks get a good draw, the Eldrazi deck kind of naturally goes over the top of the Zoo deck. But the Eldrazi deck kind of naturally has answers to the Leyline in a way that a lot of other decks don't. But the Zoo deck its good draws are so aggressive, and if you stumble a little bit against it, and obviously the Eldrazi deck's relying a lot on playing 3 different Tron lands, and if it doesn't do that either naturally or kind of organically, if it stumbles a little bit, then I think it'll be very hard, for the Eldrazi deck to win off the back foot.
Well, it looks like we're going to have JB having Tron on turn 3. Haven't seen what he has as a possible follow-up for his third turn.
He's got a Karn in hand, so he's got a Karn, he's got a second copy of Urza's Mine, got some Mind Stone on the top of the deck.
That's just going to remain in exile.
Yeah.
We see Scion with Leyline, meaning it's very hard to remove anything here. Ideal draw here, he wants to see one of his 2 Allers Dusts here, wipe the board, leaves Nick with 2 to 3 cards in hand, and no board state, which is very rough for him, especially when he's tapping his 2 fetches. Could be interesting here. We see JB draw a Thought Not Seer. Probably still good for the Karn, however.
If he doesn't have the Allers Dust, if he has to play Karn, what can he get? If he gets an Ensnaring Bridge, how many cards will that leave in hand? 3? Or will the Scion still be able to attack?
The Scion will still be able to attack. We can have a look at his list quickly. He's going for the Thought Not Seer. Anyway. It'd be Liquid Metal Coating, probably, but the Karn's just going to die, so I don't think it's worth it either way. Maybe Cityscape Leveler, but would need to find another mana source.
JB's sideboard. Some spicy options in JB's sideboard.
What, the Distorting Lens?
Well, the Distorting Lens and the Sky Sovereign.
Yeah.
Is that standard?
Distorting Lens and Sovereign aren't standard. However, Distorting Lens lets you make lands coloured, so the Ugin triggers can start exiling lands.
Okay.
There's a reason that's in there, and Sky Sovereign, I don't know, because I don't think it's modern playable at all.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was my first reaction, but maybe JB knows something we don't, Idris.
Maybe. I mean, we'll have to see. We see a second Scion of Draco. That's interesting. We see a Kavugo, and Nick is surveilling. Do they gain haste off Scion?
No. They gain the red abilities First Strike.
There is a Leyline down. I wasn't sure if there was another one that gave haste. I guess
No.
Not
So they get First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, Hexproof, and Trample. Yeah.
Sure. So it's still very good, but not as ideal. I think JB was looking to K command the Ragavan there, but it has hexproof, and he realised that after. That's a Chalice exiled off the Ragavan.
Yeah.
Not ideal for JB here. I think it is draw all of Dust or Bust here. We'll see how he plays this.
There's no value in the Zoo deck playing the Chalice, right? The Eldrazi deck's, it's already mapped for Tron. Playing it for 1 is not.
It would have to play it on 1, and I feel like that affects Tron more than it does. Sorry, it affects
Zoo more than
it does at Tron.
Yeah. Nick comes to the same conclusion, just develops the board even more with the Scion. I mean, this is, I think you're right. It's good, but all his dust also doesn't.
It can be
all his
risky.
dust will remove the Scions because
they're coloured permanents when he casts it.
Yeah.
JB going for Scry Draw and Make Spawns.
I guess that makes sense. If you're digging for all his dust, then
Karn would leave him with 4. Nothing he can get that matters from Karn in this situation. So I think he's left the card on top and drew it, and then drawed for turn. A Thought Not Seer?
So he's going to 9.
That's 4 mana for Karn. He has 2 towers. That gives him He has 7 colourless mana with a Karn activation. What does he get here? I don't think there's anything that saves him.
6
the game
colourless,
here.
right? That's a tower and a power plant.
Is it tower and power plant? You get the bridge. He has less than 4 cards in hand?
I think he'll have 3.
He has 3. So yeah, he might be alright. We'll have to see. It's going to be close. He does also have a chalice.
He's got the chalice, so
he
you
can
can
just
get
put
down
on
to
0.
Chalice on 1.
Chalice on 1.
Okay, that shuts off Lightning Bolt and future Ragavans and
Doesn't shut off Tribal Flames.
doesn't shut off Tribal Flames, right? I guess it shuts off Stubborn Denial as well, which Nick has 3 of in the main deck.
I think, like you said, it's the Bolt and Ragavans that might matter here. It's an interesting one now because it's just JB needs to keep his hand low enough to live through the Scions, and then finding a wink on either Glaring Flash Raker to slowly whistle down Nick's life.
Yeah, before Nick finds a Leyline, I guess is his only way to remove the bridge in game 1.
Yeah, I believe so. We can have a little look. It looks like Leyline Binding's his only way to remove it. He does have 2 Tribal Flames, and Flage also can go face. So there's a couple of cards that can be used as outs in this situation. We see 2 going at Karn here from the Ragavan. I feel
like JB should just block here.
He gets a Cityscape Leveler, blows up the Leyline.
Yeah, I mean, he's got another Tron piece in his hand, so he's going to be able to make 11 mana next turn, even if he blocks here.
Yeah.
I don't think he has draws in his deck that would mean that he couldn't get below, get his hand low enough for the bridge still to be effective.
He does lose his Karn because of it, because of course the Ragavan does have trample.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think gets Cityscape Leveler. He drew a Mind Stone. That's a Devourer as well.
Devourer.
So
so the Devourer...
I don't know what's the correct play here. Devourer doesn't advance his board state. The Leveler blows something up.
He can play... So he's got another Tron land in hand that taps for 2, right? So you'll have 11. So you can play Devourer 7. He can play the Mind Stone, leaves him with his 9, and then he can...
Yeah, he can go...
his Karn's on 2 counters now, right? So if he wishes with Karn, then...
Yeah, he uptick Karn, play... Yeah, gets rid of the Leyline, has Devourer on board, upticks Karn to keep him... to make sure he keeps him about.
1 card in hand, so the Ragavan can't even attack, This seems...
JB's looking in quite a good position here. Ideally, he probably wants to get another Chalice to play on 2 to deny the Tribal Flames, meaning only way Nick can kill JB would be through the Lightning Bolt, not even bolts, the Flage.
Yeah, so he could Flage Fable of the Mirror Breaker and then just copy the Flages a bunch of times.
You can't copy Flage. It's legendary.
Well...
It would have to be find all 4 Flages, cast 4 Flages.
Yeah, okay.
So it's unrealistic, but like I said, he still has Tribal Flames as an option. JB upticking the Karn to remove the treasure and playing a Mind Stone. It's now empty-handed. JB ideally needs to find a Flesh Raker as well to start winning through his own bridge. I think he can use the Mind Stone to draw. He might not. We'll have to see how this goes. I think getting Cityscape Leveler is his best idea here. The Sky Sovereign doesn't do too much as it can just bolt a creature. Maybe Mystic Forge?
Well, you
Let him play off the top.
You could also get Torpor Orbs to turn off the Flage GTBs, which then means he's on 12, right? So there's only 2 Tribal Flames in Nick's deck. So Torpor Orb would mean that he can't get burnt out. I mean, I think your whole life total is high enough that you don't necessarily need to worry about that at the moment.
There is Leyline Binding as well.
Yeah.
To deal with.
But I mean, if he draws Leyline Binding, he removes the bridge and
JB's removes bridge. Right? No, JB lives because he can block the Ragavan. He only takes 8 in the air. I think he probably should get... There's a Flash Raker. Perfectly timed. I think he go get Cityscape Leveler, blows up one of the Scions. He got Mystic Forge. Okay. He has a Colourless floating. We're going to see JB start playing off the top of his deck and slowly whittling down Nick's life total here.
Yeah, okay.
And in Thought-Knot Seer. That's another 2 damage here. We looking at a Stubborn Denial?
I think he's got a lightning bolt, but he then has realised that there's a chalice on one.
Yes. Or stubborn denial
stubborn
and realises
denial, I
there's a
guess,
chalice on one.
realises there's a chalice on one, yeah.
He's casting the bolt.
Is there a reason to that? I mean, it doesn't get exiled. It's a card in the graveyard for Flage, I guess, is the reason.
Yeah, he still has to reveal the other card in hand. Because reveal hand, isn't it? I think that the judge called if JB said okay in response to the bolt and then went, there's a chalice on one. So it's just a question of did he miss his chalice trigger and a Ragavan goes to exile. So the
okay, well, JB's life total didn't change, so
bolt
I assume
was
the bolt was
countered.
JB forgets that there is an Assyrian Bridge in play.
Exiles a forest off of his Mystic Forge and then passes a turn.
I mean, next turn, the Mystic Forge plus the Glaring Fleshraker, you have to assume is just going to go absolutely nuts. So,
oh, no, he didn't pass a turn. K command X equals 2. He had 2 spawns, so he's going to scry, draw, and make Eldrazi's. Another K command on top. If he leaves that on top, he wins on his next turn because of the Fleshraker. And he plays a Chalice on 0 to ping again.
So when you say he wins on his next turn, I assume you just make a bunch of spawns.
Yeah, the Fleshraker would chill, but he's cast it for 2. He's cast it for X equals 0. X equals 0. Oh no, X equals 2.
Okay.
I think he should have saved it.
What do you think he's digging for?
I think he should have saved it, because if he lives 1 turn, he has enough mana to kill with a Fleshraker. I mean, he's playing off the top of his deck, so I don't think it's actually hurting him that much doing this. I think JB's looking to just live a turn. I think holding that...
I think I agree with you. I would have left the K command on top and then...
Left the K command on top, he would have had
like
1
11 on my next turn. Made 11 guys.
It would have been like
hope
16.
To find another K command and put it on top and then do it again. And
yeah, it would have been like 16. Make a bunch of dudes ping you for 16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the fact you scry as well means that you can just make a bunch of dudes and then stack the top of your deck to just chain.
Yeah, you're able to sack up your hand
in the perfect order to then you can probably if you scry for 16, bomb all the lands, you can probably cast 10 spells off the top of your deck.
Here comes a Leyline Binding for the bridge. JB has quite a board state, however. No flyers or reaches, but it does unlock JB to swing with a 6/6 and a 4/4. So JB's going to take 8 down to 4.
Yeah.
Oh, down to 3. So JB has to win this turn. He's going to look at the top.
Or he needs to find a way to remove the Leyline so his bridge comes back.
I think he can win this turn. I think it's reasonable. I think finding a K command is doable. He's thinking about, in his upkeep before draw, he's going to exile a tower, looks at the top, draws it, looks at the top again. I wonder what this card in hand is. He can't down-tick Karn. If he has a Karn, however, I'm pretty sure he has lethal. And here comes an Ugin. Ugin cast trigger, gets rid of the Leyline Binding.
Yeah, gets the bridge back.
Yeah, gets the bridge back, and then upticks Ugin, draws a card when he ends up with a land on top, so he doesn't do it straight away. But he might do it straight away if it's a land on top, but since he's playing off the top, there's no need. This could be interesting. He might have lethal. And there's a second Fleshraker. I think this will probably close out the game from here. He missed a Fleshraker trigger on his...
on the Ugin.
Ugin.
Yeah.
So we've seen Nick go down to 12 here. So JB needs to cast 6 more spells or a big K command. Oh, he zeroed Ugin. And here comes a Sire of 7 Death. There's going to be 3 more triggers off. So we're going to get 1 ETB, 1 cast trigger, make a spawn, 2 ETBs. Another cast trigger, make another spawn, another 2 ETBs. And then the Sire ETB, deal another 5 to Nick, putting Nick down to 7. Or 6. I think we missed a trigger at some point on the life counters. And here's another Karn, triggering Fleshrakers to deal another 4.
Yeah.
And then and then down-tick Karn, he has the spawns to go get anything in his sideboard for lethal here. I think he said it out loud. It doesn't matter what he gets. I think he's getting a Tormod's Crypt to just make some mana. You see, we see JB close out game 1 here.
It's really hard to lose once you put the 2 Glaring Fleshrakers in play with the Mystic Forge.
Yeah, I think Eldrazi Tron is actually quite a good meta call here. I believe this is his second RCQ he's played, and he's top 8'd both of them.
I mean, yeah, when the deck goes off like this, it looks nuts. Like, whether it's a good meta call or not, I mean, I don't know what your bad matchups are. I'm guessing that you really don't want to play it into a room full of
Titan, fast decks.
Yeah, so the really fast combo decks. There was quite a lot of Storm today, which I assume is not a great matchup for it, although Chalice is presumably quite good there. But also, I assume you don't really want to play it into a room full of, like, Harbingers and Blood Moons, right?
No, not really. However, I don't think we had that many today, so it was looking all right into the
So there was
room.
only one Boros deck in the room, according to Fran. But,
Yeah, only the one, and we saw them. They were in the 2 and 2 bracket.
but I think there was quite a lot of Harbingers. There was a few Frog decks. There was
Couple of Belchers,
the Belcher
couple of
players,
Frogs.
and then there was the Jeskai control decks. I assume they're maybe not playing it. I don't know
They're
if they run
not.
enough
I think they're on
basics.
too many colours to
Yeah.
be playing it. I think it's all right. It's not. I think Tron looks quite good, like, for the meta today. JB is known for just playing Tron. Any format, if he can play Tron, he's playing Tron. And I think it's quite good. We'll have to see how this next game goes. He is playing a Reed Duke sideboard of all one-offs, and it's a full Karn board.
Okay. We don't think any of it comes in.
We've seen him do a little bit of sideboarding where certain cards are dead, but I think with Leyline of the Guild Pack in this matchup, I think all his dust just stay in the main, 100%. There's no reason to take them out. They're just too good. Don't think there's anything else that comes in from this list. I don't think there's anything.
I kind of want to just build this deck and put 4 Mystic Forges in the main deck and just play it more as like a Glaring Flashraker Mystic Forge combo deck. But
I'm playing Legacy.
yeah, exactly. It's just the same as the Legacy deck, so you don't have Grim Monoliths.
Yeah, not as good. Looking at Nick's side, 3 consigned to memory.
You probably bring in, the 3 consigns definitely come in. The Thoughtseizers definitely come in. The Stubborn Denial probably comes in. You probably bring in the Spell Snare.
I don't think there's that much with 2 CMC in the Eldrazi deck.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. I don't think it's great, but like,
What are his cuts?
a
Probably
one-off.
cuts a bolt.
you catch a Mindstone or you catch a Chalice on one. Like,
This is
although
quite a
maybe you don't
difficult
want to bring
one.
it in just because you don't want to bring in more 1-drops. But
Yeah, because the chalices aren't going to come out of JB's deck here. But we'll have to see. Nick getting the play this game. Be interesting to... Probably looking for quite a fast start, essentially, is all they're looking for. So, Leyline Scion, Ragavan, Bolt.
yeah,
I think I see a Tribal Flames in that hand. And JB's looking at a Flash
looks like he's
Raker.
drawn his Triome though.
I think JB has natural Tron.
JB always has natural Tron.
Always. Like of the French.
I don't think I've ever seen him play a game where he didn't make Tron on turn 3.
Yeah, it's very rare.
He's smells.
I guess he didn't. I thought it was. I saw a Flash Raker and an Ugin. I guess it wasn't natural Tron.
Do we think turn 3, like if it's natural Tron but you don't do anything before then, do we think turn 3 Ugin is good enough against the Zoo deck? Like again, let's say against its very good draws.
not.
Yeah.
Like, I can see... If it's turn 3 Ugin, probably not. Like, I think going Flash Raker into something else might have been fine.
Maybe if they don't start with Leyline, then it might be. But if your Ugin trigger has to remove the Leyline, and you're still getting beaten down with a Ragavan and a Scion, or a Ragavan and a Kavu, like
Double Devourer. He bottoms one. I think that,
so.
yeah.
JB does have a bad habit of not devouring. I've played multiple games against JB where he's kept 1 land hands with 2 Devourers in them, then only used 1 Devourer. And not found a second land and lost as a result.
When that's forgetting to use a Devourer or...
No, he elected not to use the second Devourer.
chose not to. Okay.
Figuring he would find a land, and yeah, like I have tried to, explain to him that doesn't seem like a great play to me, but
Depends if it's Ugin Lab into like Mindstone or map. Like, I don't think it's correct.
the only argument for not doing it, I think, is that if you see because you have to exile all of the cards that you don't take, in theory, I think you can end up in a situation where you exile one of your Tron pieces and you then can't complete Tron.
Yeah, I saw him play a game yesterday where he exiles natural Tron off of a Devourer, or Thursday. when we were playing Modern. He exiled Tron off of one of his Devourers, and I think he saw 4 Tron lands off of it and had two in hand, so it worked out quite nicely, but you don't really want to put Tron in the grave either. We know JB has 2 lands. I believe it's an Eldrazi Temple is one of his other lands. I don't know if I've seen another Tron piece, however. We have Nick just thinking on his next play. I'm assuming going for a Kavu.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to feel good against the Zoo deck anytime that they get a Surveil land on turn 1. I feel like anytime they don't play turn 1 Ragavan, you're pumping the fist, but...
Yeah, we see him looking at a K command here. Not K command as in the K command you'll know, as in K command, the good one.
I think the other one's pretty good as well, but I was saying to Fran, I almost played a deck with the other K command in it.
What, today?
Today, yeah.
What are we, in the 1900s?
We could be in the 1900s, yeah.
Ooh. Oh, he discarded the Triome. That's not ideal. I guess he does have Domain on turn 3, which is alright. Do we see another land in JB's hand?
I feel like later on he's going to regret that. He'll wish he could have cycled that Triumph.
So JB going for a K command in end
for
step.
1, right? Just
for 1. I think it's make a guy scry draw.
So let's just, if he's got another land drop, which it looks like he does, hopefully all his Tron pieces are whiteboarded, so they stand out quite nicely in his hand. So it looks like he's got at least one more Tron piece in his hand.
If he had the land though, surely he just holds that and removes the Kavu, though. With the
this gets him to 4 mana. For example, if he's playing something that isn't an Eldrazi, so his Eldrazi Temple doesn't make 2. So maybe he can, if he wants to play a Karn here or something, or
Karn off the top. He definitely has another Tron piece.
Yeah, that looks like it's a mine, which is the same as the one he's got in play.
We'll see when he puts it down now. That is he's covering it with his hand.
Shiny, it's a waste.
It's a waste. It's a snow-covered waste.
Okay, so Thought-Knot's here.
Thought-Knot's here, sure. That's what he was getting the 4 mana for. Possibly a consign here from Nick. He's thinking about it. Maybe a stubby. Can't think of much else. Maybe just a bolt to get it out his hand.
Yeah,
He's thinking about
if the
something.
Thought-Knot's here was already in his hand, then I don't really like his play with the K command. I feel like JB's maybe a little aggressive with... Is he doing this with the ETB on the stack?
Yeah.
Okay, was the Leyline his only...
He's got to reveal his hand.
His only card? Is only an online card?
He's got to reveal it. Oh, it's still on the stack. Bolt
this, okay. But he's just going to show how it lands now.
So we see Ragavan, Tribal Flame, Undenial, and a fetch. That's a Footed Woothills.
A Footed Woothills, okay. What do you take here?
Hand here. I think he takes... So Tribal Flame deals 4. Deals 5.
Deals 5. So I think I think you don't take Ragavan. I think there's a good argument for taking either the Tribal Flames or the Stubborn Denial.
So the Tribal Flames can deny the Karn, or kill the Karn as soon as it comes down. But he took the Stubborn Denial. Wants to resolve his spells, understandably. There is a Kavu on the board, so it would just be counter-target spell. We're seeing a dashed Ragavan here.
Yeah.
So I think JB...
Loots away the footholds.
What JB does not want to see here is discarding exiling land, which he did. Although it was a mine, which he's already got 1 in play.
That's a power plant.
Is that power plant?
Yeah,
no,
the insect is a power plant.
I don't know my different Tron lands. I do my best.
Fortunately, you've got a relic from the 1900s here to correct you.
JB going down to 3.
Yeah, I feel like JB's not really in this game.
He's got 4 mana on board.
So that's an Ugin.
Is there any out he can have? He would need to make a blocker for the...
So he's played a forest, which I think is...
Puts him up to 5 mana.
Essentially waving a white flag here.
I think we're going to game 3 here. 4, 5 mana. Oh. Okay. Exiles the Kavu, and I think he's making spawns.
Yeah, you got to make spawns because
he makes spawns, block the Ragavan. Well, he doesn't need to block the Ragavan. But it means he can play out the Ugin. And the Ugin's going to start gaining him life and drawing cards.
Wait, so how many spawns did he make?
3.
3, okay. So you can block Ragavan
exactly
and make Ugin. Because he's got another land in hand. It's another mine, so that's why he hasn't played it, because it's not advancing him towards Tron. I think I would...
We see Nick surveil a stubby into the grave.
Okay.
And draw for turn. So there's a lot of things that can kill JB here. There's Unholy Heat, not Unholy Heat. There's Lightning Bolt, Tribal Flames.
So I guess the argument for not blocking Ragavan here and going to 1 is that you play around as a force spike.
So he's going for Ugin here.
But yeah, so now you make Ugin.
Ugin draw a card, gain 3 life.
So if he casts Ugin, he'll have 1 spawn remaining.
It puts him high enough to live through a Tribal Flames.
Yeah, okay.
Ugin get back TKS. Can Ugin get back Thought-Knot's here? Oh, exile the Leyline Binding. Of course. Oh, no, he casts a Devourer. I mean, he still gets back the Thought-Knot's here. Looks at his opponent's hand, gets rid of the Ragavan and sees 2 lands. Okay. I think Ugin might have been the better play here in case the Tribal Flames is drawn. We're going to see if he gets punished for it now. Because Bolt or Tribal Flames kills JB here.
It's a Fable.
You see a Fable.
Okay.
So this is not ideal for Nick, as 2 cards in hand, discard them both. We're going to.
He gets a little looks next turn, yeah, but
he might.
Presumably JB is going to put.
JB might have enough for the.
Can he put Ugin in place?
Ugin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he has a land for turn, he has enough. Don't think he has a land though. He has a Karn.
What does Karn do here?
So Karn for 2. Liquid Metal Coating.
I don't think Liquid Metal Coating lets you play around anything that you're not.
Disruptor Flute. Disruptor Flute can hit Bolt or Tribal Flames.
But they're both still castable, right?
Makes him pay 3 more, so hits Tribal Flames because he can still play Bolt.
Okay.
But then if he attacks with
he makes a treasure.
The Goblin, he makes a treasure and he has lethal anyway. So probably not his Flute. This is a tough one here. He needs some mana, ideally. What else could he get? I mean, he could just set up, get something else from his board. He's going to combat.
So I think this was the real reason why you wanted to play Ugin last turn, is because if you played Ugin last turn, you didn't need to draw land to be able to then cast your next spell this turn.
Because you had some mana.
So you could have played Ugin last turn, got back your Thought-Knot's here, and then this turn played the Devourer and continued to develop your board.
Devourer, and then he blows up the Fable as well. We see Karn come down here.
Which is that's a much better sequence than having to play Karn here. And
down-ticking Karn. Depends what he's boarded out as well. Because he might be able to get something that he's boarded out.
Well, what do we think he brought in to board his stuff out? Is he not just running the same 60
Here comes
back?
a Soulless Jailer.
Okay.
So Flage can't come back, but...
There isn't a Flage in the graveyard already, is there?
No, a Flage... It means if he finds a Flage, it can't come back. Thinking on the Fable trigger... He's keeping the haste land, discards the Ragavan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we see him... Can't quite see Nick's hand. It'd be nice if he just gave us a little bit more so he could see what he has.
It's got something, certainly. Is it another Leyline?
It is. What does he Leyline? The Thought-Knot's here. Sure. So he draws a card.
Draws another card.
Hopes to find a burn spell.
Oh.
Flage is lethal here if he has a Flage.
I mean,
I
feel
creature with haste.
I feel like he's not found lethal, otherwise he would have just slammed it, right?
He might have.
Is that another Fable?
I think he's exalting the arena. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a creature.
A 3-mana creature.
Kavoo.
Territorial Corral. Okay.
Sure, he's swinging in, making him block with the Soulless Jailer.
Okay.
He discards draw, didn't find a bolt.
Territorial Kavu, very much the kind of creature that I automatically think has trample, when in fact it doesn't.
It does not. It'd be insane if that thing had trample.
If it had been printed in MH3, it would have had
hand
trample.
trample.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Wrong. What set's it from? MH2?
I don't actually know.
I feel like it's from
one of the
MH
MH sets, right? Yeah.
MH2.
Okay, right. So JB, how many mana does he have access to this
looking
turn?
at sideboard. How much mana does he have?
3,
1,
4.
2.
So 5 if it's a non-Eldrazi, or 6 if it's an Eldrazi, right?
He can't get an Eldrazi from sideboard. So access to 5 mana.
So Torpor Orb shuts off Flage, he's looking at. That just leaves you dead to the Kavu that's already on. Well, I suppose this
Bridge stops Kavu.
You can block that Kavu, right? Well, he's got the Devourer in play to block the Kavu, right? So
sure.
He's dead to any of the burn spells. The question is, so
He's
how
looking
many...
at the Sky Sovereign.
Nick's already played 2 Leylines, is that right? He's played 2 Leylines. There's 1 Lightning Bolt in the graveyard. There's a Tribal Flames in the graveyard.
He went and got Bridge. Swing first, then cast Bridge. Okay.
I don't necessarily know about that. Like,
I don't think he should have
leaving
got
back a
Bridge
blocker
there.
and getting Bridge, you at least are playing around the Leyline.
Yeah.
How many cards has he got in hand? Three, four?
Three.
Three, okay.
One is Eugene, one's Karn. I don't know what the last one is. I don't think getting bridge was the correct play there, though.
Yeah, I still feel like there should have been an Ugin in play, and that then all of these colourless spells he was casting would have resulted in exiling Fables and Kavus, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to catch what the last card in his hand is. We see
It's a
another
binding.
Leyline binding.
Okay.
What is he binding here? Bridge?
I guess you have to, but... Oh, do you know you can copy... Is your Fable flipped here?
Fable's flipped, it doesn't have haste.
So you can
There's a dash Ragavan.
dash Ragavan.
He's going to put JB down to 1. Yeah.
Okay.
The smoke-sided sleeve is not
It's putting him to
ideal.
1. It's putting him to 1. You don't have putting him to 1 doesn't give you any additional outs to having 1/3, right? Except I guess maybe
The
another
Ragavan
Ragavan
connects.
connecting.
Exile's top.
What?
We might see... Oh, no. He's removing K-Command from Grave. Oh, no. Yeah, he removed K-Command from Grave and exiled Eugene. But exiling the top card for JB is actually quite good for him here because he's able to... There we go. Now he casts Eugene.
No, this... Well, yeah, okay, he can
He
cast...
has 7 mana, cast
yeah,
Eugene,
okay.
exile the Fable.
Yeah.
gain
Still
some
doesn't,
life.
still doesn't have Tron, though.
Doesn't have Tron, but has 7 mana.
So this time he does attack before he presumably exiles the Leyline, gets his bridge back.
Oh, he's going to get Bridge back rather than take the Fable.
Or is he just getting Thornos Seer back?
Oh, gets rid of the Ragavan, yes.
Okay. And then what's he doing with his Ugin?
Probably uptick.
Gain some life?
Gain life. Draw a card.
Not die to Lightning Bolt? Can JB find the line?
He normally does. We believe in JB. Yep.
Okay, good.
And then just pass, has a Devourer in hand. That Devourer is going to exile 2 things, putting JB very far ahead here.
So, yeah, Nick basically needs to draw Tribal Flames here, I think, or he's...
It's Tribal Flames this turn or bust.
Yeah.
And he would have slapped it down by now if he had it, so we'll see. I doubt it's a very clean game from JB if he has it here. Oh, you could haste Scion as well.
Sure, off the arena, yeah.
Off the arena. I'm just grabbing a phone charger, 2 seconds.
Okay. So all JB really needs to do here is cast some spells, I think, and get another 3 life off his Ugin so he doesn't lose to Tribal Flames off the top. So he's done part 1. He's gained the 3 life. He's playing a map.
Consigning the Ugin trigger and the map.
Okay.
If
All
he
right.
has any... He has a Karn in hand, he just casts Karn and wins.
Well,
he could have won that turn because he has lethal on
Cast
board.
Karn gets...
Exiles the Fable
Yeah.
for Ugin trigger. I think he's ulting that Karn. I don't think Nick has any more outs here. I think JB might have it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if he casts another spell, he exiles the Leyline Binding and gets back his bridge as well, right? So
I don't think he needs it.
no, I mean,
it's a May.
he doesn't need it, but I don't think...
He's going to go get... He should get Liquid Metal Coat in here. Nope. Extra... He's going to start exiling lands with Ugin triggers. Yep. So we get to see JB do his thing. If he takes a white land here... he's got 2 white lands. He gets rid of the blue land, I guess. Or the haste. Gives it a colour.
Yeah, I don't know.
Casts a spell.
Just gets rid of the arena.
Plays around something hasty. He can then alt his Karn again, go get something else. What did he get? Liquid Metal Coating sets up to just start land. Just being questioned on the decline in the Ugin.
Wait, am I crazy? Or there is a Leyline in play that's just not been exiled for some reason, right? With an Assyrian Bridge under it?
The arena... So, he doesn't have to, and he's looking... Yeah, he attacked for lethal, so...
Oh, okay. I see.
That's why he didn't want to.
the bridge back.
Yeah, he didn't want the
I
bridge
see.
back. The JB played a... I'm trying to... Distorting lens.
Wow, what a game.
To make the arena a colour of his choice. He made it green and exiled it with the Ugin cast trigger.
How do you know he made it green?
He said green. I heard him.
It's pretty quiet. That was sick.
Yeah, that was a really good...
I think it's
really
quite a
good match,
spicy
actually.
card from JB. It was a
JB
very
got
good
very
match.
lucky to